Hello and welcome to Applying Java. I'm SciGuy1121. Applying Java is a series of tutorials in which I teach basic Java users or Java beginners how to use their knowledge to create actual useful programs. This is part 3 of a mini-series I am doing in which I teach you how to create a basic calculator. And in this tutorial, I'm going to talk to you about creating the basic components of a GUI. More specifically, the main window and classes that we're going to use to set up the GUI. So to do this, we're going to need to first create a new class inside of our source folder. And this is going to be named window. So we're first going to need to make window extend JFrame. If you don't know what JFrame is, it is part of a library called Swing, and Swing is a Java library that is used to create basic GUIs. It's very easy to use, and I'm going to show you how to do that in the next few tutorials. Now, we're going to need to first create a version ID for our project. I'm just going to say add default serial version ID. It's not really something you need to concern yourself with right now. I've never had an issue with it. So, the very first thing we're going to want to do is just create a basic constructor. Now, if you don't remember what a constructor is, basically what it does is when you create a new object of a class, the very first thing that is going to run is the constructor. And constructors are useful. For example, you can pass parameters into them, just like methods, and so you can apply parameters to new objects upon initialization, and that kind of thing is very useful. So I'm going to create a constructor for window, and the way you do that is say public, and then the name of the class with capitalization and everything. So public window. And then parentheses, we're not going to have, actually, you know what? We're going to have a single parameter, and that is string name. Now, what we're going to need to do is first go into main, and we are, upon running, going to say window equals new window. And our name is going to be calculator. So if we were to run the program now, you'll see that it says input operation. Actually, let's just get rid of this. We know that it works. We can get rid of this import right now. And if we run the program, you'll see it's running something. Actually, you can't see that right now because my window doesn't extend that far for recording. It is running something, as you see down here, but nothing is showing up. Now what we need to do is inside of our constructor, we're going to first create a new object, and this is going to be frame, or JFrame, sorry. Frame equals new JFrame. And we're going to pass in the parameter name. Now what this is going to do is it's going to create a basic, actually frame with an E, this is going to create a basic background window, and the title of the window is going to be whatever name we passed in as the parameter. So if we run, let's get rid of this first. So if we run right now, you'll see nothing's happening, and that is because we've created, you don't need the JFrame inside of the window constructor. Now, you'll see when we run the program, nothing happens. It's obviously running something, but we can't tell what that something is. Now, the reason for this is very simple. We've created a window, but we have no data on where to show the window, what to do with the window, whether or not to show the window. So what we can do right now is just say this dot set visible true, and immediately you'll see we have a tiny little window up here. Now, before we actually make it visible, I'd like to do a couple things with the window. First off, I want to say this dot set name, and now you'll see when we run it, oh, you can't see when we run it, because, yeah, there's an issue with that. We can say this dot set size, dot set, if I can type today, set size, and we'll pass in, say, 300 by 400, and this is in pixels, so it'll create a new window that is 300 pixels by 400 pixels. I want to say this dot set resizable to false, so the user cannot resize the window. What else? We want to say this dot set background. With set background, you can set a background color. I'm not going to do that right now, but you can do that if you want. Now I'm going to say set this dot set position location relative to, location relative to, and for this we're just going to pass in null. Now, if you don't know, null is something you can pass in to a method if it has a parameter that is an object, but you don't want that parameter to be used. You have to be very careful with passing null into things because it can cause your programs to crash. However, if you pass in null to set location relative to, it will actually place our window right in the center. And that's usually useful. Now, the set name does not seem to be working. I don't know why that wouldn't be. Set title is what we want, and we're actually going to set that to name. So if we run the program, you'll see right there in the title is calculator. Now, that's actually going to be the end of this tutorial. It's been a bit short compared to the other tutorials in the series. Those actually ran a bit longer than I wanted them to. In the next tutorial, I'm going to talk to you about something called flow layout and how to set up a basic, easy GUI. And then in the tutorial after that, we're going to hook everything up to our calculator code and see how it runs. So, thank you for watching. Don't forget to subscribe for more, and I will see you next time.